Good day, ma'am. So, I am Ivan Dalmasio, the first reporter of Group 3. So, our report is Credit Risk Management Practices of Myanmar Economic Bank or MEB. So, introduction. So, Myanmar Economic Bank or MEB stands as a pivotal entity within the financial landscape of Myanmar, entrusted with the crucial responsibility of managing credit risk effectively in a dynamic economic environment characterized by evolving market forces and varying degrees of uncertainty. MEB has established robust credit risk management practices to safeguard its assets and ensure the continued confidence of its stakeholders. So, um, this highlights the importance of Myanmar Economic Bank or MEB within the Myanmar financial landscape, emphasizing its crucial role in managing credit risk effectively in a constantly changing economic environment within the involving market forces and varying degrees of uncertainty. MEB has implemented strong credit risk management practices to protect its assets and maintain the trust of its stakeholders. It likely involves strategies such as thorough risk through risk assessment, implementing mitigation measures, and adapting to market fluctuations to ensure the bank's stability and reliability.
Good day everyone, my name is Girly Ristoro and I'm the first reporter of Group 3 and I will discuss case background. So what are the key issues or problem addressed in the case? First, lack of adequate risk assessment protocols for unsecured loans to MSMEs leading to higher default rates. So, ang lack of proper risk assessment protocols kay naghatag og problema sa mga small businesses kay tungod wala matarong og check kung ang gahulam ba makabayad ug balik sa kwarta na ilang gihulam. So, so nagaresulta siya og higher default rates. So, ikaduha, inadequate credit scoring models or criteria for evaluating the credit worthiness of MSME borrowers. So sometimes financial institutions decide if someone can borrow money, credit worthiness are not always right for small businesses. So for example, if ang bangko nagapangita lang siya og mga long business nga gag-operate to decide kung makakuha sila sa loan, so dili siya fair sa mga new businesses that are doing well, so lisod kaayo kay need pa nila mag-grow ang ilang business bago sila maka-loan. So next is ikatulo, limited data or information available on the financial health and stability of MSMEs applying for unsecured loans. So, kung naay limited data or information nga available sa financial health stability of MSMEs for unsecured loans, so pasabot nga kulang ang evidence or documentation nga gipakita on how well the business doing financially. So kung kulang ang information kay lisod siya sa mga lenders nga ma-access ang mga risk sa MSMEs without any collateral security. So ang mga lenders kay maglisod og approve sa mga unsecured loans kay tungod dili sila sure kung makabayad ba kini sa ilang giloan. So, ikaupat, challenges in monitoring and managing credit risk associated with unsecured loans to MSMEs. So, monitoring and managing credit risk associated with unsecured loans to MSMEs kay challenge kay siya kay tungod ang business kay naay limited assets nga mag-serve as collateral for loans. Tapos lisod siya para sa mga lenders na ma-recover ang kwarta if ang borrower kay dili kabayad sa ilang loan. So, for example, if ang bangko kay naga-provide og unsecured loan para sa mga small business para ma-expand ang ilang operations. Pero ang business kay nagatubang og mga financial problems, reason nga dili sila kabayad sa ilang giloan. So, ang bangko kay mag-struggle nga ma-recover ang kwarta, so this can lead to financial losses for the lender. So ikalima, potential impact of economic downturns or external factors on the repayment capacity of MSME borrowers. So economic downturns or external factors kay makapekto sa repayment capacity sa MSMEs tungod kay naka-experience na sila nga ga-decrease ang ilang sales, revenue ug cash flow. So, example, during a recession, ang mga tao kay nagapalit og mga goods and services leading to lower income. So, lisod siya para maka-generate og sakto na kwarta para makabayad on time. Inefficient or ineffective collection strategies for non-performing loans from MSMEs. So, using untrained and walay experience ng mga staff can lead inefficiency when collecting non-performing loans. So, for example, kung nagasend og reminder through emails or through phone calls without taking any considerations to the individual financial situation or needs sa MSMEs, kani nga approach cannot effectively address the root causes of non-payment and nagalid siya og strained relationship between the lender and the MSMEs.
Good day everyone, my name is Shala Lenjo and I am the next reporter. What are the main details of the case including relevant events, actions, and decisions? So the Myanmar Economic Banks offering unsecured loans to micro, small, and medium enterprises without requiring any collateral. So ang Myanmar Economic Banks kay nagapautang sila pero wala sila ga-required og collateral. Like for example, kanang sa asa nga bangko. So wala na siya nag-required og collateral pero pag abot sa tagal is need yun nimo mobayad sa imuhang giutang, like kung every month ba siya or every week nimo siya bayaran. And then, the credit risk management practice of MAB assessing the credit worthiness of MSME applying for unsecured loans. So, ang MAB is nag-assist siya sa credit worthiness of these MSMEs to manage the risks of default. And ginagamit po nila ang credit risk management practice to evaluate that applicants or ginamonitor nila ang mga nangutang sa ilahang bangko. The decision making involves in approving or denying unsecured loans based on the risk assessment. So, ang decision making sa MAB involves siya reviewing risk assessment of each MSME para maka-decide sila kung lahabang i-approve or dili ang mga utang or ilahabang i-approve or dili ang nangutang sa ilaha para malikayan ang unsecured loans kanang number 1 nga dili lisod pa ning and the banks consider factors like the MSME credit history, financial statement, and business plans to make informed decision on loans approval. So need jud siya pag mag-loan is need jud siya og credit history, financial statement, and business plan to make informed decision on loan approved. The impact of this practice on the bank's loan portfolio performance and overall risk exposure. So the bank's leading practice significantly influence its loan portfolio performance and overall risk level. Like gina-secured yun nila kung kano sa dapat mobayad ang mga nangutang para maiwas wad ang ma-default ang ilahang mga pautang. Therefore, ang mga banks have strong loan portfolio and manage risks effectively. Like prioritize nila ang leading practice to ensure a healthy loan portfolio and manage risks effectively. Any specific challenges or issues faced an MAB in managing credit risks for unsecured loans to MSME. So, daghan pud mga challenges or issue nga na encounter sa MAB, like lack of collateral or credit history. So, pag bad ang credit history niya, so maglisod jud siya og karang magpautang like that kay. Kung syempre, kung napoy mangutang is mutaas ba ang iyang interest kay tungod baba ang credit history sa bangko.
Case description. Are there any key individuals or entities involved in the case? If so, who are they and what roles do they play? So, number one is Myanmar Economic Bank or MEB. So, kaning MEB is mao na siya ang primary entity responsible for offering unsecured loans to SMEs. MEB plays a crucial role in assessing loan applications, disbursing funds, and managing credit risk associated with these loans. Their role involves evaluating the financial viability of MSMEs and ensuring that loans are disbursed responsibility to support business operation and expansion. So, number two is MSMEs or micro, small, and medium enterprises. So, kani siya is mao siya ang borrowers who apply for unsecured loans for MEB. MSMEs plays a vital role in the case as they seek financial assistance to support various aspects of their businesses such as working capital, investment in equipment, or expansion projects. So, their ability to access loans and manage repayments impact their growth and sustainability. So, next is credit risk management team and at MEB. This team is responsible for assessing the credit worthiness of MSMEs applying for unsecured loans. Their duties include evaluating the financial health and stability of MSMEs, determining the appropriate credit limits based on risk assessment, and monitoring the overall risk exposure of the bank. They analyze various factors such as the MSME's financial statement, business plans, industry trends, and market condition to make informed decision about loans approval and credit limits. So, ang next is loan officers. So, dito na explain also. These are individuals within MEB who directly interacted with MSMEs seeking loans. Loans officers are responsible for reviewing loans application submitted by MSMEs, conducting risk assessment to evaluate the likelihood of repayment, and making a recommendation to the credit risk management team regarding loan approvals or denials. So, they work closely with MSMEs to gather necessary documentation, assess the feasibility of loans requested, and communicate lending terms and conditions. So, loan officers also provide guidance and support to MSMEs throughout the loan application process, helping them to understand the requirements and addressing any concerns they may have. So the next is analysis and interpretation. So What are the main arguments for interpretation presented in the case report? So, number one is get to fund. So, akong explain dito no. So, ang get to fund is the one who advocates for the importance of unsecured credits and providing financial support to MSMEs. So, nas ni siya roles no sa pag-support sa iyang ginasupport. So, number one is fostering entrepreneurship. Number two is driving economic growth. And number three, promoting financial inclusion. So, it underscores the need for financial institution and policymakers to recognize the significance of such lending practices and implement supportive policies to facilitate their continued availability to MSMEs.
Good evening, everyone. What are the main argument or interpretation presented in the case report? Chance administration. Examine the hazard appraisal strategies utilized by moneylenders when advertising unsecured credits to MSMEs, considering components like credit history, cash stream projection, and commerce solidness. So, ang chance administration is naay risk identification o risk assessment. So, ang risk identification ay example, there are company nga ga-identify og potential risk such a description in the raw of material supply transportation is delay or supply or ang supply is na bankrupt, and ang sa risk assessment is they assess the likelihood and impact of each risk on their operation, considering factors like suppliers, reliability, geographic location, and market condition.
So, the next is administrative environment. So, explain na po na ko dito. So, it delves into the regulatory and administrative landscape surrounding unsecured lending to MSMEs, analyzing the impact of laws, regulations, and government interventions on availability, affordability, and sustainability of finance for small businesses. Oh. So, it underscores between the importance of striking a balance between facilitating access to credit for MSMEs and ensuring responsible lending practices and consumer protection within the financial sector.
Good evening, everyone. So, how are the facts of the case analyzed and interpreted in the relation to relevant theories, principle, or framework? Financial incorporation, utilizing standard of budgetary consideration, the translation can highly or how unsecured credit address the financing needs of MSMEs that needs conventional collateral by giving get to capital without requiring significant resources. Unsecured advance contribute to comprehensive financial development and enterprise advisement, adjusting with broader financial goals. So, ang financial incorporation is nag-refer na siya to the integration or individual and businesses, particularly those from underserved or unbanked population. into formal financial system. It involves providing access to a range of financial services such as saving account, credit facilities, insurance, and payment system. So by expanding financial inclusion, it aims to promote economic growth and reduce poverty and enhance social welfare.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Aaron L. Bistre. Analysis and interpretation. Are there any underlying assumptions or biases in the analysis? Underlying assumptions are beliefs are aspects that surround our everyday behavior that we take for granted, generally unconscious. True guide our purchases, our behavior towards advertisement, and our preference, and because they are unconscious, they cannot easily reveal through quantitative research. Yes, underlying assumptions and beliefs play significant role in shaping our everyday behavior, including our purchasing decision, response to advertisement, and preference. They often operate data subconscious level, making them difficult to uncover through traditional quantitative methods such as in depth interviews and focus groups are often used to explore these deeper layers of consumer behavior.
Good day, everyone. I'm the next reporter. I will discuss key findings. So, what are the main findings or conclusions drawn from the case analysis? Credit risk assessment. Let's na ko og explain. So, to evaluate MSME borrowers applying for unsecured loans, the credit risk assessment process looks at different factors. So, first is financial health. So, kani siya nag-involve siya unsa ang pag-check sa financial statements of the borrower to see kung enough na ba ang income para makabayad sila sa loan. Ikaduha, repayment capacity. Kani siya ka naga-focus siya sa borrower's ability to make timely repayments. So, ang lenders ani kay nag-access sa borrowers to income stability, past repayment history, and any other financial commitments. So, nagadetermine siya if maka-afford ba o bayad sa loan. Ikatulo, business viability. Naga-examine siya sa borrower's business model, market conditions, and growth potential to assess kung ang business ba daw kay sustainable and likely to generate enough ba daw siya para makabayad dayon sa loan. So, by analyzing sa mga factors, lenders can make informed decisions about whether to approve the loan. So, how much credit to extend? So, kani siya nga mga terms sa loans to kay para ma-manage ang credit risk associated with unsecured lending to MSME borrowers. Next is risk mitigation strategies. So, explain ako diretso. So, para daw ma-reduce ang mga chances sa potential problems sa with loans to small businesses, MEB employs different strategies. So, this set credit limits based on how reliable borrowers. So, as for personal guarantees as a backup plan and keep a close. So, this action helped MEB lessen the risk of not getting their money back when lending to kalang mga small businesses without collateral.
Good day, Mom. I am the next reporter for comparison and context of case study in lend secure loans for MSMS. So, dili na nako siya basahon, no? Ako na lang siyang explain. So, the case study of examine unsecured loans for MSMEs in Indonesia, revealing collateral practice among Islamic bank and typical financing challenge. It also explore how regulatory change in the Philippines affect lending practice through asset-based definition. So, in the overall, it emphasize the pivotal role of collateral in MSMS lending, acting as risk mitigation tools and addressing borders and trend in the sectors.
Critical evaluation. Question: what are the strengths and weaknesses of the case report? Here's some strengths in the report. Number 1 is strategic planning and governance. MEB may excel in strategic planning and governance with a clear vision, mission, and organizational objectives aligned with the economic and financial landscape of Myanmar. Strong and governance practices ensure accountability, transparency, and ethical conduct across all levels of the organization. And number 2 strengths: technology adoption. Technology adoption, MEB may invest in technology infrastructure and innovation to streamline operations, improve efficiency, and deliver seamless banking experiences to customers. Adopting modern technologies such as digital banking platforms and data analytics enables MEB to stay competitive in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. So daghan kayo guys, daghan kayo siya o kanang strengths sa case report. So duha ra akong gibutang kay dili na siya masulod sa PPT. So daghan ang mga PPT, maabot na siya 30 ka slides. So duha lang ko ikuha, pero og basahon ninyo ang sa case study, sa among case study is daghan di siya ang strength dito . So sunod ta sa weaknesses. So the weaknesses of the case study. Number 1, risk concentration. MEB may face the risk of concentration, particularly in its loan portfolio, where exposure to specific sectors or borrowers could increase vulnerability to economic downturns. Diversification strategies and prudent risk management practices are essential to mitigate concentration risk effectively. And number 2 is limited financial inclusion. So kaning limited financial inclusion is weaknesses na gini sa isa ka business, kaning pagka limitado sa financial. Despite efforts to expand access to financial services, MEB may still encounter challenges in promoting financial inclusion, particularly in rural and underserved areas of Myanmar. Addressing barriers to access, such as geographic constraint and low levels of financial literacy, requires targeted interventions and partnerships with stakeholders. So mao ni siya ang mga weaknesses sa Myanmar MEB. So daghan ni siya mga weaknesses sa sama sa akong ginaingon nga ug basahon ninyo sa mga case study, daghan gyud ni siya dito. Then duha lang gyapon duha na akong gikuha kay kanang madug